Listen closely. Today is about coalitions that ship, aligning people who disagree, locking decisions, and moving the work. No cheerleading, no slogans, mechanics. You'll leave with a blueprint you can run this week. Context in 1 minute. Abraham Lincoln built a cabinet of rivals, men who wanted his job, men who doubted him, and still moved a nation through war. The lesson isn't hero worship, it's structure. Define the mission, map the interests, set decision rules, install conflict protocols, and publish a scoreboard everyone respects. Use that skeleton, and mixed agendas stop being a threat and start being energy. Start with a one-sentence mission that includes outcome, scope, and deadline. If your sentence can't survive a hallway repeat, your coalition dies in the parking lot. Write it like this. By date, we will deliverable outcome for who, measured by one success metric. Example, by December 15th, we will launch V1 to 1,000 paying users, measured by $30,000 MRR. This is your North Star. Everything else is weather. Now draw the map. Use a power interest grid. 4 boxes: high power, high interest, drivers; high power, low interest, gatekeepers; low power, high interest, contributors; low power, low interest, bystanders. Put real names in boxes. Drivers get weekly ownership and decisions. Gatekeepers get concise updates, risks, and asks. Contributors get clear tasks and recognition. Bystanders get a monthly one-pager. If you treat everyone the same, you waste time where you have no leverage and neglect the people who can actually move the work. Layer the map with a goal method alignment matrix. On one axis, agree, disagree on the goal. On the other, agree, disagree on the method. A. Agree on both. Execute. B. Agree on goal, disagree on method. Prototype and test. Data breaks ties. C. Disagree on goal, agree on method, escalate to sponsor. You're building alike for different ends. D. Disagree on both. These are blockers or a different project entirely. This stops endless debates by classifying them in 60 seconds. We move to deal design. Every coalition runs on give-get clarity. For each stakeholder, draft a one-page compact. What they give: resources, access, time, credibility. What they get: wins they can report, constraints protected, visibility. Red lines, non-negotiables. Concessions, what they can trade. Escalation path, who, how fast. Write it, share it, confirm it. If it's not written, it's pretend. Install decision rules. Most coalitions die trying to force consensus. Don't. Choose one of 3 modes for each decision type. Consult. One owner decides after input. Consent. No strong objections. Good enough to try, safe enough to fail. Consensus. Rare. Only for mission or values. Publish a decision catalog. Feature scope. Consult. PM. Pricing. Consult. RevOps. Timeline slip. Consent. Core team. Mission change. Consensus. Sponsors. Put names on owners. Put timers on decisions. A decision without a deadline is an argument with rent. Create a meeting architecture that respects brains. Weekly ship, 30-45 min. Metrics, blockers, next week's committed outputs. No storytelling. Numbers drive talk. Design studio, 60 min. Structured critique. Time-boxed. Examples, not opinions. Risk review, 15 min. Top 3 risks. Pre-mortem notes. Mitigations. Owners. Sponsor sync, 15-20 min. Decision asks, 1 slide, 1 number, 1 risk. Retrospective, 30 min bi-weekly. Keep, stop, start, 1 fix, not 10. Now the scoreboard, 1 page, 5 metrics max. Green, red, owner initials, target versus actual. Update same time weekly. Everyone sees it. No alternate dashboards. No private spreadsheets that tell a different story. Lincoln had memos. You have a living scoreboard. It ends fiction. Before any hard meeting, run the Steelman plus 2 truths protocol. Each side must state the other side's case to that party's satisfaction. Steelman. Then both state 2 truths they agree on. Only then discuss options. This cuts heat by 50% and finds overlaps fast. Use it especially with rivals or regulators. Build a conflict code in 5 lines. No ambushes. Share context 24 hours in advance. Facts before adjectives. Numbers first. Attack problems, not people. No labels. Decide on process, then decide on topic. Document decisions, owners, dates, same day. Add bridge phrases that move rooms. What evidence would change your mind? If we had to ship in 14 days, what would V.9 be? What constraint are you protecting? Can we test both methods by Friday and let the metric choose? What is the minimum credible promise we can keep? Now lock cadence and artifacts. Cadence beats intensity. Every Friday by 4 p.m., publish a 1-pager. Wins, numbers, risks, asks next week. Same format, same sender, same link. People learn to trust what arrives on time. Trust is built with receipts, not speeches. Keep a public commitments ledger. Who promised what by when? Green, red status. Praise in the channel when someone flips red to green. When someone repeats red, cut scope or change owner. Faith without accountability is theatre. Do a pre-mortem every month. Ask, it's 90 days later and we failed. What happened? List 10 causes. Pre-assign mitigations and owners. Set kill criteria for tactics. If channel X doesn't T produce Y by week 4 at 50 reps week, we stop. That's persistence toward goal, not stubbornness toward tactic. Set exit ramps with dignity. People will roll off. Plan it. Document how roles hand off, how knowledge is transferred, how you thank publicly. A graceful exit today is a bridge you'll need next quarter. Now add the human layer. Shared meals, 5.1 ratio of positive to negative feedback, and credit inflation. You give slightly more credit than seems fair. Lincoln wrote letters of thanks. You write Slack posts with receipts. Tag the person, state the contribution, tie it to the metric. Language matters. Say we decided after the decision even if you argued before. Say our miss, not their miss, in public. Say my miss when you owned it. Loyalty to the decision in public, candor about the process in private. Let's operationalize with coalition scripts you can use today. Sponsor ask, 2 minutes. By Deck 15, we will launch V1 to 1,000 paying users measured by 30K MRR. We are green on build, amber on acquisition, red on risk number 2, billing edge cases. We need a decision on pricing tiers, consult, RevOps owner, and we need 10 hours of legal for TOS review by Tuesday. If approved, we will hit 800 paid by Deck 1. Without legal, we slip a week. Decision needed today to keep the launch train on time. Descent handling, 60 seconds. What constraint are you protecting? Got it. You're guarding support load. Here's a test. Release feature to 10% with a hard kill switch. Track tickets per 100 users for 72 hours. If ticket rate X, we roll back. If X, we scale. Safe enough to try. Scope pressure reply, 30 seconds. We can do A plus B by Friday at quality. Adding C forces a trade. Either we move the date or we drop B. Which do you prefer? Late deliverable correction, 45 seconds. We missed the Friday ship. Root cause, unclear owner on testing. Fix, assign QA to Priya. Add test gate to the ship meeting and keep the Friday slot sacred. This Friday we ship V0.9 at 2 p.m. I'll post receipts. Escalation, 90 seconds. We're at an impasse. Same goal, method disagreement. We ran 2 tests. Results were inconclusive. According to the decision catalog, this is a consult decision. PM is owner. I'll choose method A for 2 sprints, with a metric checkpoint next Friday. If A doesn't clear the bar, We pivot to B, documenting now. Install communications discipline. One source of truth, Notion, Drive, Confluence. If it's not there, it didn't happen. One link per update. People click. They don't hunt. On narrative. Problem, options, decision, next step, owner, date, one glossary. Kill jargon drift. Define your MRR, ARR, CAC churn once. Now the first 72 hours of a coalition reboot, hour 1 to 2, draft the one-sentence mission and the decision catalog for the next 30 days. Share for comments with a 24-hour timer. Hour 3-4, build the power interest grid and the goal method matrix with names. Mark drivers, gatekeepers, contributors. Hour 5, create the scoreboard, 5 metrics. Backfill last 4 weeks so trend is visible. Assign owners. Hour 6, schedule the weekly ship, same slot. Sponsor sync and design studio. Invite with agenda templates attached. Day 2, run the first ship meeting. Publish the commitments ledger. Flip 3 easy reds to green before EOD to set tone. Day 3, draft compacts for top 5 stakeholders. Review with each in 15 minutes. Lock one quick win and announce it. Then the 12-week coalition sprint, weeks 1 to 4. Standardize cadence, get scoreboards accurate, remove 2 structural blockers, tooling, access. 1 win per week shipped publicly. Weeks 5-8. Expand the circle carefully, 1 new contributor at a time. Run pre-mortem, codify your testing playbook. Move 2 more decisions from consensus to consent, consult to speed up. Weeks 9 to 12. Replace brittle spreadsheets with a real SSOT. Install kill criteria on 3 tactics and execute 1 graceful exit plus 1 graceful onboarding. Prepare a 2-page coalition operating manual you can hand to a newcomer. Expect friction patterns and match them with counter moves. Pattern, stakeholder ghosts. Counter, move to the sponsor with receipts and a binary ask. Replace the owner if needed. Pattern, data disputes. Counter, pre-agree on the metric definition and source. Freeze for the quarter. Pattern, infinite ideation. Counter, force a prototype in 48 hours. Test on 10 users. Decide from behavior, not opinion. Pattern, hidden vetoes. Counter, write decisions as we will statements and circulate. Silence after 24 hours counts as consent. Pattern, morale dips. Counter, publish the wins reel Friday. Highlight 3 contributions tied to metrics. Bring snacks to Monday's ship. Use bridge roles when groups don't speak the same language. A translator PM turns engineering into business and back again. A clinical champion turns compliance into product requirements you can ship. Identify them and compensate them. They shorten months into weeks. Keep Lincoln S. move in mind. He timed the Emancipation Proclamation after a battlefield result because coalitions need narrative plus proof. Translate that. Pair every big policy change with a fresh data point that shows it S not just theater. We removing to consent decisions for feature flags, paired with last week S data showing faster turnaround and flat ticket volume. Run table stakes for psychological safety without turning the coalition into group therapy. People can speak up without career risk. Ideas are separated from rank during ideation. Blind notes, reveal later. Decisions are owned by name after selection, no shadow blame. Post-mortems look for causes, not culprits. Fixes are procedural first. Tighten time. Meetings start on time, end early when possible, and always produce artifacts, decision, owner, date, link. Ban meetings without an agenda and a decision to make. Replace status meetings with the scoreboard, read it async. When politics shows up, and it will, use 3 shields: radical transparency, publish notes, decisions, metrics. Sunlight blunts rumors. Symmetry, apply the same rules to friends and rivals. Double standards rot trust. Receipts, screenshots, dates, links. Don't argue feelings when facts are available. Your language is your lever. Avoid should, use will or won't. Avoid try, use test. Avoid always, never, use numbers. Avoid we believe, use we observed. Now do the work. Draft your mission sentence today. Build the grid. Publish the scoreboard. Invite with agendas. Ship one win. Repeat until the coalition is boring in the best way. Because boring coalitions deliver and drama coalitions deliver excuses. If you want a quick field card to carry, mission, one sentence, date, metric, map, power interest, plus, goal method, rules, decision catalog, consult, consent, consensus, rhythm, weekly ship, design studio, risk review, sponsor sync, scoreboard, 5 metrics, 1 page, owners, green red, protocols, Steelman, plus 2 truths, conflict code, pre-mortem plus kill criteria, receipts, commitments, ledger, Friday, 1 pager. Your oath today: I will align by writing, decide by rule, measure by numbers, argue in tests and ship on time. I will treat rivals as resources, politics as a constraint, and cadence as my edge. Next week we deconstruct crisis turns, how leaders flip breakdowns into breakthroughs without losing the room. For now, write the sentence, build the grid, post the scoreboard, and run the first chip. Bring back numbers, not adjectives. We'll tune the machine from there.